everyone. We all are facing very hard time due to this COVID-19. The schools are closed. So I thought to help my students by preparing the video lectures. Today I will prepare the video lecture on capacitors. In this chapter, we will discuss about capacitor, parallel plate capacitor, factors on which capacitance of a capacitor depends, and effect of introducing dielectric or conducting slab between the plates of parallel plate capacitor. So in this video lecture we will discuss all about these points: capacitor, parallel plate capacitor, factors and effect of introduction. This capacitor topic, it comes under chapter 2 of class 12, that is electric potential and capacitance. Electric potential and capacitance. So let's start with capacitor. What is a capacitor? Capacitor is a conductor or the system of more than one conductor which has the ability to store charge. So anything which has ability to store charge that is called as capacitor. If a system or a conductor has more ability to store more charge, then it will be a good capacitor. Its capacitance will be more. To better understand this, let's understand the principle. Let's take a plate, conducting plate, which is well insulated. That means it is on an insulated stand, and we have given plus Q charge on this plate. Now, if it has plus Q charge, we all know that the potential which is directly proportional to charge. So that means more will be the charge on the plate, more it will have the potential. Right? Now, since this plate is insulated, so this charge, it will remain same on this plate. It will not flow out of this plate. It will not leak out of this plate till the potential is very, very high, or it comes in contact with the other conducting substance. So Because it is conductor, this whole charge, it will spread uniformly on this plate. So more is the charge, more is the potential. So that means the potential is proportional to the charge, or in other terms you can say the charge is proportional to the potential. So since this is a single conductor and is storing some charge, mean it is acting as a capacitor. Now if I introduce another uncharged plate near to this, which is placed on an insulated again stand, what will happen? The induction will take place. Because of this positive charge, the negative charge will induce, equal negative charge will induce on the side of the plate which is close to this charged conductor, and positive charge will induce on the farther side of the plate. So equal negative and equal positive charges will induce, because this uncharged conductor, it is placed close to the charged conductor. Because of this negative charge, because potential, it is a scalar quantity. It is positive for the positive charge and negative for the negative charge. So this negative charge on the plate will reduce the potential of this charged conductor. But at the same time, this positive charge will increase the potential of this charged conductor. Since this negative charge is close to the charged conductor, so effect of negative charge will be more as compared to the positive charge. So what will happen? There will be net decrease in potential of this charged conductor. This charged conductor A, and let this is your charged conductor B. So net decrease in the potential of charged conductor A. What does this mean? Mean now we can add more charge to this conductor. Its ability, it increases. Its ability to store charge increases by placing another uncharged conductor, insulated conductor, close to it. Mean its capacity increases. Now, if we earth or ground this plate, means we have connected this plate B to the ground. Now by connecting it with ground or by earthing it, what will happen? Earth, it has huge potential. Giving charge to the, or adding charge to the earth or taking charge from earth will not affect the potential of the earth. So it means when we connect this plate B with earth, what will happen? The electron from the earth will flow to the plate and will neutralize this positive charge. Now as a result of earthing, what will happen? The positive charge will neutralize and the plate B has only negative charge. Why? Because this negative charge is bound with this positive charge. Now, what is the effect? This negative charge will reduce the potential of this positive charge placed on A. Matlab, it is decreasing this negative charge on B is decreasing the potential of A. But now there is no more positive charge on B, which is increasing the potential of A. So mean there is again an overall reduction of potential or overall decrease in potential of A. Mean this system now has more ability to store charge. Its ability of storing charge can be increased. How we are increasing? We are increasing the ability of storing capacity or the capacitance of this conductor by introducing another uncharged plate and by earthing that plate. Because to raise the potential of A, now more and more charge can be accommodated. So its ability to store charge increases. So this is the principle of capacitor. A single conductor can also act as a capacitor. If it is insulated, it has the ability to store charge. So that is also a capacitor. And if we bring uncharged capacitor and earth that conductor, so what will happen? The ability to store charge, it increases. Means its capacitance increases. Right? So now let's define the capacitance. What is a capacitance? We know that potential is proportional to charge, or you can say the charge on the plate, more and more charge can be increased depending upon the potential. Right? So this Q, it is equal to some constant which is represented by C multiply by V. V is the potential or potential difference. If it is a single conductor, then it is potential. If it is your more than one conductor, then like I explained that there are two plates. So in that case, this V, it is the potential difference. This C is constant of proportionality. Constant of proportionality and is called as capacitance of capacitor. Capacitance of capacitor. So that means C is equal to Q by V. C is constant of proportionality. It is constant term. So this relation doesn't mean that C is proportional. It is not proportional to Q. No. Q and V, they are proportional to each other. If we increase potential, the charge potential, how potential can be increased? By adding more and more charge. Right? So, if we are adding charge, the potential is automatically increased. So, C does not depend. C is your capacitance of a capacitor. It does not depend upon Q, that is charge, and V, that is potential difference. It does not depend. If we vary the charge, potential will vary. If we vary the potential, charge on the capacitor will vary. Capacitance, it is constant of proportionality. For a given capacitor, it is constant. The capacitance of a capacitor is measured in terms of farad. So SI unit for capacitance is farad, and it is represented by F. The capacitance of a capacitor is said to be 1 farad when the potential difference across the plates of the conductor is 1 volt and 1 coulomb of charge is stored on the plates of capacitor. So 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb per volt. This is SI unit of capacitance. This is how we can define the SI unit of capacitance. It is measured in farad, which is represented by F. The other practical units are microfarad, picofarad. On the capacitor, it is mentioned, value of the capacitance is mentioned. You can see on the capacitor if it is written in terms of microfarad or picofarad, because the rating it is given on the capacitor. It is operated on this volt and the value of the capacitance, it is this much picofarad or this is much microfarad. Now, what are the second thing we are going to explain? The factors on which the capacitance depends. I have already explained capacitance of a capacitor. It is the ratio of charge stored to the potential difference applied. It does not depend upon charge. It does not depend upon potential difference. Now, what are the factors on which the capacitance of a capacitor depends? First is the capacitance of a capacitor. It depends upon dimensions. In dimensions, that size of the conductor, how they are placed. So, first factor is dimensions of capacitor. Second is the medium, intervening medium. That means the electrical permittivity of that particular medium, or relative permittivity, or dielectric constant. So that can be explained in any of the terms. So these are the two factors on which the capacitance of a capacitor depends. To better understand, let's consider the case of a single spherical capacitor. Spherical capacitor, it is. So consider a conductor, the spherical shell made up of conductor on the insulated stand. Suppose we have given charge Q on the sphere. So since this sphere is a conductor, so this charge will be uniformly distributed over the surface. This sphere, let R, capital R is the radius of the sphere. Now, because this sphere is charged, we already know that the potential of the sphere inside the sphere and on the surface of the sphere, that is same, and potential of this spherical conductor V, for this spherical conductor is KQ by R, according to the definition of the electric potential of point charge or sphere. Now, charge on this sphere is Q. According to the definition of capacitance, C is equal to Q by V. So let's put the value of V. V is potential, which is KQ by R. So Q will cancel out and the result will have this C of spherical capacitor, capacitance of this spherical capacitor, ability to store charge is your R by K, where K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Since air is in between, because this is shell, so the air is in between, so we'll use 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. If there is medium, then epsilon m. So the capacitance is 4 pi epsilon naught R. This is the capacitance of this spherical this spherical shell. This is the relation for the capacitance of spherical shell. In this relation, this 4 pi is constant. R is the dimension of the spherical capacitor. If we increase radius, size of your conductor will increase, spherical shell will increase, its ability to store capacitance ability to store charge, it will also increase. And this epsilon naught, which is the electrical permittivity, absolute permittivity of free space or air, because this is shell, so there is air in between. In case this is your solid sphere conductor, we know that inside the potential is same, but the charge only reside on the surface. So again, what we'll get here, instead of epsilon naught, we'll get epsilon m. That is the permittivity of medium. So what are the factors? One is dimension, another is the intervening medium or electrical permittivity of the medium. These are the two factors on which the capacitance of a capacitor depend. It does not depend upon charge, it does not depend upon potential. We increase charge, the potential will increase. So we increase the potential difference, the ability to store charge will also, the more and more charge can be stored, but the capacitance will remain same. Now the next is parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor. In this parallel plate capacitor, let's consider a plate A on an insulated stand, or this is plate B, and the potential difference is given across these plates. Now, what is the meaning of this potential difference given to the plates? This is plate A and this is plate B. The plate A is at high potential, so the positive charge, it is on the plate. Now, since there is air, there is a gap, what will happen? The negative charge will induce on this plate, equal negative, and equal positive on the other side of the plate. this positive, because plate is connected with the wire, so this positive, it will flow through the wire to this negative plate of the battery. Negative plate of the battery means electron from this negative that will flow and will neutralize this positive charge. Now, in the last chapter, that is the electric charges and electric field, in application of Gauss's law, we have already studied the electric field between the plates, parallel plates. When these plates are oppositely charged, then the electric field between the plates is sigma upon epsilon naught. Why we have used epsilon naught? Because air is between the plates. And what is this sigma? Sigma is surface charge density, which is charge upon A. Area is the area. I can name this plate as C and B because A I am using for area. So A is the area of the plates, both the plates, and they are D distance apart, these plates. This D is distance between the plate. It is very, very lesser as compared to the area of the plates. Very, very, or you can say D square is very, very lesser as compared to meeting the dimensions on both sides, keeping the dimension same on both sides. So we can have D square is very, very lesser as compared to A. So that these plates can be considered as infinite sheets. Now, since electric field is sigma by epsilon and sigma is charge upon area, the potential difference between the plates, which is V, if I write in terms of electric field, so it is V is equal to E into D. Why? Because E, electric field, it is minus of dV by dr. Minus sign indicating the direction of electric field. It is always in the direction of decrease of potential. This C plate is at higher potential, B is at lower potential. So electric field is always from C to B. So dV is the potential difference. Here we are representing with V, and dr is the distance. So here we are representing with D. So we can write the potential difference is equal to E into D. Now what is E? It is sigma upon epsilon naught into D, and sigma is Q by A epsilon naught D. So this is the potential difference between the plates of the capacitor. Now the capacitance is equal to your, according to the ratio of charge upon potential difference. So if we put the value of V, what we'll get? It is your A epsilon naught by D. So this is the capacitance of formula for the parallel plate capacitance. C is equal to A epsilon naught by D. This is the formula for parallel plate capacitor, and this is enough for this lecture. Now in the next video we'll discuss about the effect of introducing the different mediums between the plates. What will be the changes in the capacitor and in other parameters. Thank you.